Hello and welcome to Wednesday, the day where we take on a challenge and beat it! And today the challenge we're taking on is to do Diablo 3 in hardcore, because I'll be honest, I want my revenge against this game. After the nightmare that was recording and editing the anniversary event, I want to make a nice, smooth series about this game. So that's what we're doing. We're going hardcore, and according to a random number generator that I did, we're going to be doing it as Barbarian. So, BarbariWIN is the name of our hero. Permanent death, I know. If you die, you die. And you know I'm not going to cheat because this game keeps you honest. If you die for any reason, you're screwed. And oh my goodness, we need to get this hero some clothes immediately. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to be going through the campaign. None of this adventure nonsense. I know that any serious Diablo player will be freaking out at that, like, oh my god, adventure mode is the best way to do it, what are you doing? But I'm not here for, like, an efficient way to gear up my hero and make them super awesome. I'm here for fun. So we're going to be going on expert difficulty. I think that's a great starting point, and we're just going to do the campaign from beginning to end, right from beginning to killing Malthiel, on expert, not going to move it up or down. If we beat that, I might do it again one day, like on a higher difficulty, but something tells me we won't beat it because I'm not good. But let's see how far we can get. That's the point of Wednesday. So let us save and close. Start the game. Hoorah! Let us get you dressed immediately because this is not acceptable.
I tire of the empty battles I once craved. I wander, outcast, while my tribe curses the gods who abandoned us. Our home is in ruins, yet I stand firm. 6 days ago, the falling star struck the town of Tristram. The dead rose in its wake. What evil is this? Could it be what I have sought these long years? A foe worthy of my blade.
Well, nice to know she's concerned
This
about the
place
safety and
reeks
well-being
of death. The fallen star is near.
of the people here. So, in terms of, like, how much I'm going to be paying attention to the story, not that much, because we could die at any moment. I don't want us to get too invested in stuff, but I'm not going to be, like, skipping any dialogue, so anything that happens naturally you will get to hear. And the followers we get in the game, I will at least talk to those, because they're super major characters, but anyone else doesn't matter. And to be honest, you're not missing much. Like,
I seek the fallen star.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
I love Blizzard, but I really feel like the period when this game first came out was just not their best. Like, the stories around that time, Wings of Liberty, Cataclysm, and Vanilla Diablo 3, they weren't that great. Things picked up afterwards, but I don't know. And obviously, we now know that there was a heck of a lot of behind-the-scenes problems going on, so no doubt that affected things. The point is, I just don't think the story is the best, so I'm not too broken up about not uncovering every little bit of it, in this playthrough anyway. Yeah, Zakarum, that's like a god, I think. I don't know the Diablo lore as well as, say, Warcraft lore, but I think Zakarum is a good dude.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I need to build up Fury first before I can use fancy attacks. Just like warriors in WoW. I get it. Yeah, it's killing business and it's killing everyone.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Oh yeah, until I get gear, my health does not regenerate. That's cool. But I do have a potion that I can spend whenever I want.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith. But if help doesn't arrive soon...
Rumford came back.
But if help doesn't arrive soon, Rumford came back. Hey, Rummy.
How can I help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Your warriors will be avenged.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Alright, first proper fight. Let's see how we do. Oh yeah, I need more fury. Oh, it is going to take me a while to get used to the barbarian, and that's probably a while I do not have. There we go. Get rid of the one that's
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
puking at the baddies.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
I, Deckard Cain, have the best voice ever.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
I need fury.
So yeah,
Tato smiles on me.
it's a nice fast-paced game, the way, you know, ooh, new lore pops up, let's click on it, and we can listen to it while we continue to beat things up. It's very smooth.
I am Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
Well, you know, just to make things clear, I do love this game a lot. It's just the Blizzard game that I sort of play the least, because for me, the end game's not compelling, but just going through it, going through the story is a nice bit of fun. While not efficient or anything, I like it. It's a nice, laid-back experience, and on hardcore it can be very thrilling. The only problem is when you have internet troubles and die for things that simply aren't your fault, but that is just the nature of it. So, you know, as much as I don't like the story of this game, I'm not going to spend too long harping on it, because if you want footage of people moaning at length about everything Blizzard has ever done because they're the worst company ever and everything they've done post the year 2000 is the blight on gaming, you have plenty of channels for that. You don't need me. I'm just here to have a good time, beat up these baddies, and win.
New power.
Have gained new power, BarbariWIN. You are very strong indeed. Also, I've decided for pacing reasons, I'm not gonna like scour every map clean, but if I like find a place like this dank cellar, I will obviously explore it, because there could be goodies inside, and I need goodies. Also, there could be my death inside. I need some fury as soon as possible. Smash 'em, bash 'em. Barbarians are amazing. You get to have so much fun with physics when you play as barbarians. There we go. You're gonna be just fine, BarbariWIN. It's fine indeed. But I'm honestly not sure if I'll be able to like do this challenge. Expert is not that high of a difficulty, but then I remember the Halls of the Blind in the anniversary playthrough and how that destroyed me. So we only need one moment like that about this story, and I am doomed. So we've got the ground stomp. Let's try cleave. That sounds nice. Yep. All right. Cool. All good. So Q for ground stomp. See what cleave is like. Yep, that's satisfying. I can go for that. See what ground stomp is like. Ooh. It doesn't do any damage, but it's a big stun. That is going to be very handy. If I ever get swarmed, could save my life. saving lives, specifically my own life, is what I am all about this playthrough. So, I'm not expecting to have any major brushes with death right now. This is only the first video. The game is still nice and easy, but when we get into it, especially, God, if we make it all the way to Reapers of Souls content, we could be in some trouble there, because that steps it up, if I remember. Especially by the time you get to Pandemonium, you're in for a bad time. Even on softcore, as they call it. So yeah, this cave under the well, I'm going to fully explore this because it was an area I happened upon that might have loot. But the overworlds, I'm not going to explore all of those, and honestly, I used to explore every inch of the overworld, but since I've stopped doing it, it's actually made the game a lot more pleasant. I'm sure my wife knows what I mean when I say fields of misery. Sometimes you don't want to go through every little inch, you just want to keep the flow going, and that's what we're going to do. But we're also going to get quick shoes. Alright, still nowhere near dressed, but we're getting you there, BarbariWIN, we're getting you there. Soon you will be as clothed as my amazing wizard, for realsies, I think her name was in the end. He was originally called Marathon Mia. The original Marathon Mia basically leveled up too high when trying to find the way to actually start the event. So she had to be retired, because otherwise it would have been unfair. Oh, gross.
More fury.
More fury. Stab. Nice one.
Old
Right.
Tristram. Diablo himself once walked this place.
I love this old Tristram zone. I remember I was reading complaints. I don't go out of my way to find these things, but if you belong in any Blizzard communities, you just see complaints. And I was reading a complaint about how Diablo 3 sucks, and they were like, the Tristram doesn't even look the same as the Tristram from Diablo 1 and 2. The only place it looks vaguely similar is in the old Tristram ruins. It's like, yes, that's because the town you're in is New Tristram. It is a different town. This place that has the same layout as Old Tristram is Old Tristram. If you're as big of a Diablo fan as you claim to be, you'll remember that in Diablo 2, Tristram was destroyed. So, yeah. I'm not even into Diablo. I swear to God I know more about its story than 99% of people who claim to be the most passionate Diablo fans that have ever existed. So I'm going to go there soon, but first, explore this dark cellar. Could be all kinds of good stuff here. Nope.
I need
It's just this man and me. Right. Ah, there's some feasting going on over there. I'm going to put a stop to that. That felt good. Bang, bang, bidang. Oh yes. Being a barbarian is satisfying. I'm glad the random number generator gave me this. Only problem is, I don't really know how they play. Hopefully I can pick it up before I die, essentially. Obviously, when picking my build going through the game, I'm going to prioritize gear that gives me more toughness over more damage, and just skills that are more tanky, because I've got all day to kill my enemies. If I die even once, I'm done, so taking it slow and steady, within reason. I like that line. I think it's supposed to sound sad, but it just sounds petulant. I promised Marco I'd protect him, and now he's dead! Alright, Rumford. Oh, do you like my, emblem, by the way, my sigil? Back when my handle used to be Human Fish Boy instead of the phonetic HFB Huffbear, I found a fish, was like, yeah, this is me now.
Thank you for your help, but could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Yeah, sorry Rumford, you're dealing with RPG protagonists. We don't have sense. We just like to party.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Let's go. Another thing that keeps this game nice and smooth are these waypoints. Always take you back to where you need to go
Let me
super
open the
quickly.
gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
What of your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
Okay, so for those of you who want a bit of Diablo lore, Adria, I believe, is a witch, and she was a merchant in Diablo 1. In the original Tristram, you could, like, buy stuff from her. I'm assuming, like, potions and stuff, given that she is so witchy. And what she said there, what about your father? Well, I could tell you who her father is. But it might be terrible, terrible, terrible spoilers. But I know it will be.
Look,
but
a hidden cellar. Follow me.
suffice to say,
Mother had her secrets.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
her father is also a character you would have known from Diablo 1. Maybe. If you played the right character. Uh-oh, we've got to get out of here right now. Because if we get frozen, that could be the end of all of us! No!
More fury.
Alright, I'm going to stun you. I'm going to slash your face off. And then when I'm sufficiently angry, I'm going to bash your head in. Yeah, bash you head in. I'm too angry to speak properly. There we go. It's flying. Love it. I'm happy. Leah.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
I will go. Stay here and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden,
Not enough
I'll
fury.
be gone before they fall.
So yeah, Adrian, for those of you who don't know, is the canonical name of the warrior character from Diablo 1. In Diablo 1, there were only 3 classes. Warrior, Rogue, and, like, Sorceress or something. And you couldn't customize their genders. Basically, if you were a warrior, you were always male. If you were a rogue, I think you were also always male. And it was the Sorceress who was female of the bunch. Smurfette. But nowadays, technology has come on so well that we can be, within the gender binary, whatever we want in this game. No matter what class we pick. Ha! Ribcage flying. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe in the future we could have more non-binary options, because I remember The Sims 4 did that, like, in an update. I don't own The Sims 4, ever since The Sims 3 broke my heart after the amazingness that was The Sims 2. I'm not sure if I'm ready for another Sims product, but I'd be interested in looking into Sims 4 at some point, especially since they did add an update which made it so that rather than picking male, female, you had various sort of sliders of various things, you know, like your character's physical build, whether or not they can become pregnant, impregnate others, or neither, whether they stand or sit on the toilet, because no one in The Sims poos. So yeah, they had a lot of cool options like that that allowed you to sort of make non-binary characters, and I am all for that. The more creative we can be, the more we can make our characters representative of ourselves, just the better it is for everyone. So, that's where I stand on that particular issue. Not that anything like that should even be an issue, but the internet is what it is. Alright, we are ready to enter Cathedral Level 1. Now it's time for some actual proper Diablo dungeon crawling. Speaking of, I will also not be exploring these cathedral floors to completion. I'll only be exploring, like, mini-zones to completion, because these cathedral things can get very, very, very big very quickly, and just, if I find the exit, I'm going through the exit, you know? I'm not gonna backtrack on myself in the vague hope of loot, even though I kind of need all the help. Oh, is that Treasure Goblin? Ooh, you little buggers are in World of Warcraft right now. Took me to the secret cow level, you did. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this goblin yet. My character needs a lot more strength. And yeah, I shouldn't get too hung up on pursuing that goblin. I might just die if I do. But yeah, as I was saying, on hardcore I could probably use all the help I can get, but that doesn't mean I'm going to ruin the pace by searching laboriously for every corner, because it just adds so much extraneous time to your play session, basically. Like, the first time I did the campaign from start to finish, it took me like 80 hours, and that's when I explored everything. I think I can basically do it in an eighth of that time if I just go with the flow. So, that essentially means that the first time I played this, 70 of the 80 hours were not really spent progressing. They were just spent being vaguely bored. And sort of, my gaming habits evolve as I grow. And I think nowadays the sort of personal rules and systems...
Inside! Inside!
I gained new power.
Just a lot of stuff happened to me then. That was quite a lot to take in. But anyway, what I was saying is the personal systems that I game by, essentially, are sort of now more trending towards ensuring that I'm spending as much time as possible doing fun, meaningful things, as opposed to doing things in what I believe to be a more clinical order with a slight chance of some kind of power reward, you know? You know what I'm saying? Probably not. I'm terrible at articulating myself when recording videos, or just in general. I'm much more of a writer than I am a speaker. But basically, I want to have as much fun as possible, in as little time as possible, because I'm a filthy millennial and I love my instant gratification. That's what they say, right? That's the line. Because, you know, no one ever in the history of the world, before now, has ever wanted to, like, enjoy themselves without having to just sort of live through a load of shit first. That is a uniquely our generation thing. Uniquely. Older generations, renowned for their incredible patience and impeccable manners. And I can tell you this is true because I worked as a cashier once. And let me tell you, the old customers were a delight. They were never horrible. Never ever. Certainly not almost all of the time. Alright, so I said I wasn't gonna, like, explore these places, like, thoroughly, but I think just by virtue of getting lost, I'm gonna end up doing that quite a lot anyway. But that's fine. Because the exploration you do while getting lost is still adventures. Still adventures, you know? So, let's keep that rope going. Let's get to 25. 25 kills. Can we do it? Smooth half a century.
My name's Lachdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I left only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Alright, I am gonna see if there are, like... No, I want subtitles, like, all the time. Quest... Well, those are all the subtitles we get. Hopefully that is going to let us be able to read that, because I know it might not always be super easy to hear. And I want you to soak up as much lore as possible, even if we're not actively searching for it. So that guy, with his amazing accent, his story is amazing. He's just like, ugh, my king thinks I'm a traitor, so I killed him. It's kind of how I'd react to that situation, if I'm being totally honest. I'm just going on the misguided assumption that anything with a rune is better than something without a rune, so let's use these runed abilities and see how they go. I didn't even read what the runes did. Just so long as I have a rune, it's better, surely.
Not enough fury.
Ah, come on! There we go, 7 items crushed. I feel proud of myself now. It's a shame there's no friendly fire on that. That would be an amazing way to die. Alright, some electro bats. I can deal with that. Or is the electricity coming from me? Again, I have no idea what the abilities I just gave myself do. Alright, heroic leap. That is going to be amazing, actually, for getting out of binds. Like, if I ever get surrounded, I can just jump out of there. Have a grand old time. Nothing remains unsmashed. I want to see the physics, and I want to get a legendary from a table. Alright. Okay, this isn't a dead end. This could be the way to go. Or it could just loop us around. It looks like it's going to loop us around, doesn't it? Oh well. This gameplay actually feels like really slow-paced right now. I've seen my wife play a higher level Barbarian, and it speeds up significantly, so I'm looking forward to those skills. I want to be whirlwinding around the place, causing earthquakes, screaming my head off, having a grand old time. It's a shame that we must suffer through this before we can do that. Again, lack of instant gratification. It's as if they're not catering to me at all. Need that 60 gold. 60 gold is a lot in this game. It's really not. In fact, Diablo 3 is just... it's inflation the game. Like, it's so funny to me. In World of Warcraft, you know, they're always like carefully trying to manage the economy as well as manage the amount of damage the characters do because they don't want the numbers to become too overwhelming. And then in Diablo 3, you do eventually you do literal trillions of damage per hit. Like, even just a regular hit can do, like, trillions. And... hang on.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. Skeleton King.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
Gotta rescue old Dickie C. But yeah, as I was saying, literal trillions of damage eventually, and as for gold, I would not be surprised if people are sitting on hordes of like quadrillions by now. Because once you get to like the high level treasure goblins, it becomes ridiculous the amount you get. That's why I think people who really try and play this game with like the only goal in mind, getting the best gear, the best gold, the best everything, are kind of self-defeating because you get more in this game than you could ever really possibly use. So why sacrifice fun for the sake of that maximum gain? You know what I'm saying? I'm having great fun right now, just smashing Head Cleaver in the face.
I need fury.
So go, that was our first. I wouldn't call him a boss, he was more of a mini-boss than anything. Not worth putting that on because I'm losing all of my health recovery. Deckard!
Oh, thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
I have need of your knowledge, Deckard Cain. Leah will be happy that you live.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
How handy.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
Let's go. And actually, I think that's a perfect time to end this first video. Except, I've got a thing to watch first.
I have honored my pledge to Leah and rescued Cain. All that stands between me and the mystery of the fallen star is the Skeleton King, whose return has again darkened Tristram.
Alright, good stuff. We know who our first enemy is. It is the Skeleton King, who got surprisingly little fanfare in that sort of anniversary event. He was just sort of there. And I'm pretty sure that's how it was in Diablo 1 as well, because again, I know there's like characters you can talk to in Tristram itself in that original game, not in the anniversary event. But in the game itself, when you're out there in the corridors, stuff just happens. There's no explanation for it. It's fantastic. But we're done for now. Thank you for watching this. I hope this is the start of a long and illustrious series filled with thrills and victory, and hopefully some more clobber soon. Thanks for watching. I will see you later.